this has a mixture.
What's the significance?
Very, very important. So for the older, as I mentioned, are made on that floor.
What's your name?
Indrani.
Okay.
Big Alaska.
So you can hold your own what you want. So basically all the main producer we have on that floor. We have a pantry for that kitchen. We have a bakery upstairs. Okay? Right now, as I mentioned, the main on that floor. All the restaurants, including Wajama, specialty restaurants, solarium, they are all busy over there preparing the lunch and dinner. So that area we can go right now because lots of tourists come around, very busy. So they do the main over there and they do all the dessert here in the evening time. And right now, if you see this setup, it's all for the executive chef and executive chef for the all the management. Why? Because they need to know what's going on this evening, what we are serving, and how it's gonna be served. This menu are not made by anybody on board. No, we have our main name is in Miami office. Our office in Miami. So Royal Caribbean, they're the one who decide. And Reverend sitting, we have some executives, the big bosses, yeah. They're the one who decide how many salt to use, what kind of oil we use, how many vegetables we use. It's not us, but everything comes from the office, yeah. So they set the standard. So right, this is the steak and how it's gonna be cooked, and what kind of temperature, how many salt we're gonna use, how many oil we're gonna be used. Yeah. So everything, and this one is standard. If I like to put like my spices, let me put some more spices, but I cannot. Yeah, we have to follow this one all the time. That's why we have our all the chef, the executive chef, the chef, they are here for the meeting. So they have to do the tasting. Once there's something wrong, then they will correct it right there. Yeah, but it's strictly as per the menu that's been described. So they cannot do anything more or less. Everything prepared by them and of course decided by the company. So we all require to follow only one standard. Yeah. Of course, if there's something here that we can change, we'll definitely do it for you. Yeah, this is how it is. Sometimes happens, I don't like it to cook, I don't like it to undercook. So these things are changed right away here. Same for the taste. I don't like the chicken today, but I have other options for you. We always make sure that our guests are happy and having something on their plate before they leave. Yes, it's very, very important. It's the place where they decide all the menus for tonight. So breakfast, they meet here, lunch, they meet here, and dinner, they meet here too for dinner. Okay? So that's it. Bakery upstairs. Okay? Right now, as I mentioned, are made on that floor. Contamination, everything is clean.
Great. Great one. Let's give it now.
The best man.
Hello.
There you go. They don't want to put anything dirty. Make sure. Yeah.
Well, you have a huge group this morning.
Yeah. Expecting another one.
Morning.
I think we could go up a little bit more so everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, this way. Oh, sorry.
How's the tour so far? Is it good?
Wonderful.
Is anyone surprised or it's what you were expecting? Surprised, yeah.
A lot of work.
It's huge inside here.
Yeah.
It's really
Surprised to see this.
Alright, so quickly, I will give a quick explanation of what's going on here, but firstly, who would like to make a guess what happens in this area? Dishwashing, yes? So this is the dishwashing area, and we are responsible for the main dining room here in deck number 3, as well as room service, yes? So just to tell you what's going on, so basically once the waiters pick up the dirty dishes, this is where they take them, but very importantly, before they give us any work to do, they need to separate all their garbages first, yes? So behind you are garbage bins, and they're all color-coded for specific reasons, simply to separate their garbage properly, yes? So the red bins is for papers or plastic, so whatever we can burn goes into the red bin. We're also very big on recycling, so the blue bins is for tin cans, so your Fanta, your Sprite, your Coca-Cola, all of that goes into the blue bins for recycling. And the gray bins is for broken glasses or broken chinaware, which is plates if we have any. These are also landed ashore for recycling. Now we also have another one, is the yellow bin. Now I'm not sure if one is here, but that one is for the leftover food from your plate. So that's the most important or most dangerous garbage bin on the ship, as that can only be contained with food waste. You cannot put papers or plastics inside the bin by any chance, only the leftover food. And the reason why is right here we have a vacuum pump system, but now it's closed. So it's a vacuum suction. So what it does, once we gather all this food waste, this is where we put it, we check it, then we put it here, it sucks the food waste down, and then it grinds the food waste until it becomes like a smoothie consistency. So it becomes very soft. And then our environmental officers on board, they take samples of this, they check it to make sure there's nothing harmful inside. So there's no chemicals, no bleach, nothing harmful, only the leftover food. And then once they give the green light that is safe, and we're sailing at about 12 nautical miles, then we can actually continue the food chain, which means we can give this to the fishermen. So that's why it's very important we don't mix papers or plastics in the first place in the yellow bin, because we cannot harm the environment. As you know, environmental consequences can be huge. The company can be fined a lot of money. So we have to be very careful with what's going on here at all times. That is why you see I keep a padlock on it. And I also have a CCTV camera there in the ceiling, just in case somebody decides not to listen.
Always watching.
Yes, of course. And as you can imagine, if something goes wrong here, then you'll see me in the airport with you as well. I'm going home, so have to be very careful with this thing. That's simply what I'm trying to say, yes? Pretty much for the plate washing, what we do, we pre-wash the plates with water only, yeah? Until there's no more sauce. All you're seeing is that beautiful white color of the plate again. But the truth is, this is just water. So we still need to do a bit more washing of this plate, correct? Correct. That's why we have our dishwashing machine here. I call her Betsy. She's amazing, and she's very hot, to be honest. This machine operates at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and it also washes, rinses, and sanitizes each plate. Each plate takes 2 minutes from the back of the machine to the front to be washed, And with my fellow co-workers in the front, they check it to make sure each tray is clean. Once it's clean, then we hand it back over to the chef to make the next dips. The small machine here, which I currently closed, is for the glasses. So we don't put glasses and plates in the same machine. We always separate these things. As simply, I don't want you to taste your wine and it tastes like beef or chicken. So keep them separated at all times. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
See him darling to give me a call.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What's your name?
In Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
You can see my back here.
There's Mr. Chocolate right there. Hello. She did such an awesome job.
Orange juice, mimosa, and champagne prepared for you all. Please.
This has a mixture.
Yeah.
Right here. Good job on this.
For you, for the take your message with.
It's a little invitation from my side, okay? And from your waiter, of course, I always make sure that you have a little more information really how your food is coming on your table, how they are serving you, how everything's coming from inside for you on the table. So a little information, this is extra from my side to you all, right? Please enjoy, and first of all, I hope and I truly believe that everybody is having a great time in the dining room with the food, with the service, with your wait staff, yeah? And please, I always come around asking if there's any feedback, anything I can assist you with. Please, always, I'll be more than happy to assist you, okay? And thank you again for coming this morning. And we're gonna start our tour. First of all, just a little intro about Anthem of the Seas. Anthem of the Seas is a beautiful ship, a sister ship with a quantum, aviation, spectrum, okay, RDC, and we are all safe. So all these ships are similar, right? Anthem built in the 2015, right? From Mayer, Germany. So we bring the ship to New York. So we stay in New York for 9 years over there. So when we just bring that ship was very beautiful. So the concept here was restaurant style. So if you see on deck 3, we have this restaurant which is very formal, like Titanic style. The layout and everything is more formal. So that day when we just stopped, the concept was like every night is formal here. So you have to come with a beautiful gown, gentleman with a tuxedo. If you do not have one, we borrow one by the door. But you must wear it, yeah. And of course, chic was more like a French cuisine. American icon was more American, so clam chowder, dishes was more American, burgers, stuff on daily basis, same menu. And then we had a silk, which was mostly Asian. Yeah, so that was the concept, but unfortunately, catering 4,800 guests didn't really work because most of the guests, they want to come here for filet mignon every night. Yeah, so some of the restaurant was empty. So then they changed the concept. Actually it was changed twice. So after the first time change, they make it like a rotation, like guests will go all 4 restaurants and come like a rotation. But does it really work? And then again they change it, they put like maritime dining on floor 4, and here is traditional dining. So traditional dining is where you have before we used to have 2 seatings, but now it's 3 seatings. So we have our first sitting, second sitting, and third sitting. The guests come on the same table every night, and they serve with the same waiter every night. So this is our concept. But at the end of the day, now all the menu is served the same in each restaurant. So the menu is similar to each of the restaurant. Yeah, and we have each restaurant have their own galley or kitchen. So where we're going to visit now. All right. So night time, you see everything is in compliance. So before your waiter leaves the restaurant, they have to make sure everything is clean, washed, polished. Then they can go. Otherwise they cannot, because you will see us coming with a torch if anything dirty. Yeah, so it's very important, and we are in compliance with USPH, which is very, very important. We are in compliance with the Save the Waves. We're in compliance with all these things, so we have to follow. We have a rules and regulation that crew member, we have some guidelines that crew member have to follow all the time, right? So yes, so for us, for the safety of our guests, and for the crew, safety and the good health of our crew and our guests. Yes, so it's very important we maintain all these guidelines and protocols for which gas company has set up for us. Yeah. So please, you can
That's nice.